shopping. I hit to the oil department. People stand there and they turn to me and they ask me, what oil would you recommend to cook with? They're so lost on what kind of oils. Grapeseed oil has omega 6. Now, you need omega 6, but to get a high dosage of it above your omega 3s will give you a problem and you end up with inflammation. And if you go to a health food store, I don't even know if they make it anymore, an all blend oil, I cannot guarantee. I know that I used to get a small little bottle and I paid $6, and that was in the 70s. So things have changed a lot in that aspect. So I don't know how much it is today. So I decided one day that I was just going to make my own oils and balance it out to the best of my ability. So I buy extra virgin olive oil, I buy safflower oil, I buy sunflower oil, and I buy peanut oil. Peanut oil has one acid that is not in the other oils, so I use that. Now, you sit there and say, wait a minute, you say the lotion. Yeah, the lotion I use has olive oil, peanut oil, then lanolin and rose water. So you can see that the very oils I cook with are there. And good morning, Shane. So I'm going to show you. I make a half a gallon of oil at a time. And this is my all blend for people who want to know, because there's a couple of people have asked me for some of the basic things to build on. So these are some of the things that I do for myself. Now, when I buy olive oil, I buy the extra virgin robust one, better known as First Press. First Press has most of the nutrients in it. Then they do a second and a third press, and the olive oil gets lighter and lighter. Now I'm going to pour 4 cups into here. And as you can see, it's a dark color. So you know it's the first cold press. If you get the other olive oils, you measure them up against each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will see that this one is much darker than the other one. So you always want that first press. It's got a lot of the acids in it. Your cells need acids as well as your skin and all. And if they don't have these things, they have a problem working. Oh, later on, I'm going to make vanilla chip chocolate cookies. And because I don't want any chocolate chip cookies, so I'm going to change the recipe and make vanilla chip cookies. Vanilla chip chocolate cookies. Right now we're making my all blend oil because people ask me all the time what kind of oil, even in the store and even on YouTube, and people on my Facebook cooking page as well ask these questions. I'm constantly, and they're just lost. They really don't know what to do. Now I keep corn oil on the side. What do I use corn oil? I love doing popcorn with popcorn oil. I also use it for frying with a lot of things. And then I have this all blend. Sometimes I'll use this all blend to fry with butter, but I use a lot of this for my salad dressings and oils that I cook with. You always see me with this half-gallon jar if you don't see my other smaller one. So here we're adding 1 cup of safflower oil. Now we're going to add 1 cup of sunflower oil. So cookies will be coming out this afternoon. Okay, Vic. Hi, Christopher. Happy. Okay, Happy. All right, now we're going to put 1 cup of sunflower oil. See, I want to make sure I get all my acids in balance, and this is why I do mix it. Though it burns people, I mix these oils with the olive oil. I want to make sure I get all the acids. You don't get all the acids and you cause an imbalance with your cells. You'll find out about inflammation soon enough. And a lot of people have inflammation, and that's because their omega-6 is higher than their omega-3s. You cause your own problems. Okay, so we're going to now add 1 cup of peanut oil. So it might pain people, but I want to keep my health as long as I can. I know I'm aging, it's a very standard thing, but if I can keep my health and keep moving, I don't want to be crippled and not be able to work or do things, and I end up in a nursing home. If I'm going to die, I'd rather die in my home or in my yard, gardening, or in my sleep. I don't want to go to a nursing home and have somebody tell me what I have to do. Very independent Americans, we get like this. I keep the house running. I take care of my garden, and I'm just going to keep on going. This is my basic oil that I cook with. You always see me get the canister of oil out and I pour it, or I'll get the big jar and pour it. This is what I use. When I'm frying, I like to use the corn oil because this is a bit on the expensive side to make. But I make sure it stretches. Now, on top of all of this, I put a vitamin E, 450 milligrams of D-alpha ketoprol, spelled with a Y, because it's an antitoxin. So I want to make sure that I'm covering everything for the oils that I use. My husband is dead, Dab. I better get a knife. This isn't going to work. So I squeeze this vitamin E in to keep this oil fresh, the acids in it and all, that they don't go rancid. Listen, I sat there. Oh, come on. You're not going to do this to me, are you? Yes, you are. I'm trying to stab a hole in it. Okay, I finally got it. So I do this to make sure I get all my acids at the same time, more in a balance than what I'm getting. Dab, it's okay. Not all of you know. And I shake this up. And this is my all blend that I make. I know it's more balanced than just taking vegetable oil or corn oil, canola oil, or just one of them. And if you're using grapeseed oil, you have to be very careful because it's very high in omega-6. And you're building up inflammation. That means that your omega-3s are too low and your omega-6 is way up here, and grapeseed does that. Now what's funny is I sit there and the chefs actually will tell you to use grape oil for whatever they're going to do, because they said it doesn't have any flavor, so they like to use it for the dressings and stuff. And my thing is hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You know, they say frying with it is also very good. And I'm saying, you know what you're telling these people? See, they don't teach the chefs any diet, nutrition information to help them balance the food. Their thing is to bring the flavor out of the food and everything else. Now, I read that chili recipe, which I find very, very interesting. They were using canned goods. I changed it so I didn't have to use canned goods except for the canned tomatoes, because I used all my tomatoes that were canned. I'm going to have to make more. I sometimes don't get enough. But I notice in the fact that they're saying use canned goods. There was a time it was not done like that. They're teaching people shortcuts. Like they said, take 2 cans of kidney beans, 2 cans, 15 ounces, you know. And they say strain the fluid and rinse the beans off and then put it into the chili. Now, I cooked my beans in bone broth and whey. I had some liquid left, when I took the beans out. I didn't throw it down the drain, but they're telling you to throw it down the drain. So they're not helping you with your health. And I sat there and I took the beans out. I put it in the chili, stirred it around. They said it was going to reduce and you might have to add more to keep it from burning. Well, instead of getting water like they said, I took the fluid that my beans cooked in, which was bone broth and whey, and I poured it into the chili as it was where the liquid was evaporating, sorry. And I would add that, and I used all the water from the beans that I used. But they'll tell you to take the nutrients in the fluid, rinse your beans off, let it go down the drain. They're not teaching you to cook to hold your health. They're actually teaching you just how to cook, and using their seasonings and stuff. But when you go and you use everything that you have and make it work for you, your family is better for it, which is unusual. When I read it, I said, you want me to throw the nutrients that are cooked into the water, that the beans spilled into the water, you want me to throw all that down the drain, rinse the beans thoroughly so you can rinse all the nutrients off. These are canned beans, right? Shake, 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 and then put it in. I said, that's not helping. That's not helping at all. And that's how I look at it. So when I look at recipes and they say that, I said, we got to dance around another way. Right now, we're making an all blend oil. Shane, I'm so glad. Which one did you make? The lightweight, the whole wheat, or just the plain white ones? Hi, Elle. Hi, Bailey. Okay. That was a lot of verbs, Edward, but thank you. Janine? So, they came out fluffy, weren't they? Just think now, if you want to try whole wheat, I would just take 1/4 of a cup of the white all-purpose flour off and add 1/4 of a cup of whole wheat. Try it like that; you'll be really surprised. But I'm glad it worked for you, Shane. I hope you didn't eat them all in one meal, did you? I hope you shared them. Yeah, they come out light and fluffy. That is a very, very, very basic recipe, but I've got mashed potatoes, biscuits. I have cream biscuits. I have so many biscuits. I even have one, a breakfast biscuit. Thank you, Edward. Dakshi. Yeah, you have to hold on to your health. So that's why I make it. I know the young lady that sat there and said, I almost grabbed my heart when you pour the other oils with the olive oil. I understand how you feel, but I have to sit there and make an oil that is balanced so it works for me. All right, so this is a very short video, but if you wish to know what's going to be going on later this afternoon, I don't know what time, I hope to start it by 2, but don't hold me to it. If you subscribe, you'll know when I come on. I am taking a chocolate chip recipe and I am changing it to make it a white chocolate chip cookie. So the person who wants to know if I make chocolate chip, yes, but I had chocolate, and chocolate is high in caffeine, so I can't have chocolate for a while. But it does sound good to have a chip cookie, so I said I'll use the vanilla chips. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing. All right, Edward. So I'll see all of you later. It's going to be this afternoon sometime. I have to get my family out of the house. And right now the butter and the eggs are going to room temperature, and I've got to get things together. So listen, I want you to take care. All right? Bye for now and see you later. As they say, after a while, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. That's how we used to say it. Okay, pay attention in school. You shouldn't be on watching me right now, okay? Take care.